Thanks, Chip. Good evening. It's a real honor to be speaking here with you at this moment of great transition in your life. I was in your seat a quarter century ago. Since then, I've been trying to predict the future using powerful mathematics and massive supercomputers. I've been improving numerical weather forecasts, envisioning people's happiness and health from social media activity, and inventing machine learning algorithms that find the stories most successful at arousing our emotions. I say all this to tell you from the front lines of science, I can confidently say we almost never know what's coming next. For example, a few years ago, on a beautiful spring day, I was sitting outside on campus reading an honors thesis. It was about how sudden, unanticipated events can briefly synchronize our society's collective attention. I heard a strange noise nearby and looked up to find a moose staring at me, 10 feet away. I didn't predict that. The moose was out of breath, having been chased up the hill from the lake by an excited mob of followers. In a moment that seemed to last several seconds, we looked at each other. I was in awe. The moose looked exhausted, unsure, confused, and lost. Our time together was quickly interrupted by animal control officers sprinting after the moose, trying to steer it safely into the woods. A small flock of students followed, looking at each other in disbelief at what they were seeing. Not surprisingly, a 7-foot-tall, 1,000-pound wild animal jogging through campus caused quite a stir. Photos tagged with moose on the loose started trending, at least here in Vermont. After a few hours in the spotlight, Fish and Wildlife reported that my moose friend found its way to the woods north of campus, bounding safely and happily into the nature beyond. I tell you this story today because I think my moose friend's adventure offers important lessons for us as you wander off campus to find your way home. In the past few weeks, I've spoken to many of you, asking about your future. Most of you don't have a grand plan or even a muddy pond to call home. Like the moose, you too may feel a bit lost. You too will have many people taking your picture and making a big fuss over you. Over the coming months, you too will have well-intentioned loved ones trying to steer you to a safe path in life, advising you where to go and what to do. You too will have to find your way through a noisy, confusing series of options. As those of you in my chaos theory class learned this past semester, seemingly inconsequential decisions you make will change your life in the biggest ways. But to which decisions will your life be sensitively dependent? On first encounter, this is a frightening question. How can we do the next right thing when the world is chaotic and seems so inhospitable? As a verified geek, in the face of this uncertainty, I go straight to the research. The internet may be undefeated, but so is science. So, what does science have to say about the good life? Here goes. We did not evolve to sit at a desk and doom scroll for 40 hours a week. Like it or not, you are an animal, just like that frightened moose. Your ancestors evolved over thousands of years to survive in a world very different from the one in which you find yourself today. Powerful social forces, fed by technology, politics, and the economy, discourage discipline of mind, body, and spirit. Fast food and TikTok and loneliness are on the well-trampled path leading away from campus. Thriving, on the other hand, demands a less obvious route, but you can find it. We believe in you. Those of us up here on stage, in the seats behind you, and others in witness of your young life are incredibly proud of you. We are so impressed by the way you have overcome. You grew up in a state of social surveillance where your sense of self was threatened by that magical but dangerous rectangle in your pocket. You survived a pandemic that upended your entire life and subjected you to the torture of experiencing school alone in your room by yourself through a screen. Overcoming these obstacles was no small feat. These challenges forged your character. Tremendous strength comes from adversity. You are resilient. You are durable. Science says that the ultimate outcome of your life, many years from now, is unforeseeable. But the inherent unpredictability of our lives can be a source of great freedom and hope. Here is the big, simple truth. Rather than aiming at some lofty, distant goal you have for your career or your life, your best bet is to practice the small habits of mind and body that you can control today and improve on your plan to do it again tomorrow. Parenting 2 kids your age inspired me to launch Lemurs, the Lived Experiences Measured Using Rings study. We've compared the impact of exercise, therapy, and nature on stress and mood and sleep in hundreds of your peers. Our research suggests that if you focus on the process, if you care for your mental fitness through continuous learning and a regular audit of your digital life, if you care for your physical fitness by finding a routine form of movement or exercise, if you care for your social fitness through the practice of bringing joy to your friends and loved ones, if you do these things, the pieces will fall into place. Your attention to these habits and your commitment to revisiting their influence on your life, these can be your superpower. Last week, I was running on the long trail not far from here, trying to put my own pieces into place. I saw my moose friend again. This time I was stumbling through his natural habitat. When I told him about our research here at UVM, which used artificial intelligence to find that it is time spent in nature that reduces symptoms of depression, improves sleep, and reliably produces feelings of awe, you know what my moose friend said to me? I could have told you that. I asked what wisdom he had to offer the graduating class of 2025. He said, tell them this. Just like me, the new graduates may need to wander around a bit before they find their way. Focus on what you can control and spend time outside every day. Generative AI may seem all-powerful, but it's trained on the paths taken by history. We've already heard the stories that AI has to tell. They are predictable. The stories you graduates will tell, on the other hand, authored by your natural human intelligence, the untold stories of your future, we can't wait to hear them. Good luck. Have fun. Congratulations.